And welcome
to Nightmare Nation,
the paranormal podcast where we talk about haunted places around the world.
And scary things.
And demons.
And ghosts.
And, oh my god, I panicked already.
Wow, it wasn't me this time.
Took
You
about
just
2 seconds. I was like, ugh. And I had, I think, like 4 different things in my head ready to go, and then I couldn't pick one, and then I froze.
There's just too much pressure.
I was debating between witches, cults, aliens, and UFOs.
Oh, jeez.
And all of them popped into my head at the same time, and then nothing came out. So...
That's the story of my life.
Yeah.
My brain works in hyperspeed, and I have so many things going on, and then I try to say something like, just help.
Welcome
tonight
to our podcast.
Hey guys, this is the Shit Show Express.
This is the podcast where we want to talk about things and increasingly fail to do so in any way that's intelligible.
But then we eventually get to said topic for about 15 minutes, and then the rest is just shit.
I don't know about that. I feel like we usually deliver on our promise of what content we're going to deliver, and it may take a little while to get there, but we usually get there.
That's true.
And
true.
I feel like our random tangents are what makes it entertaining to listen to. At least that's what I tell myself when I can't sleep at night.
That's exactly what I tell myself too.
Right.
Because we think we're hilarious.
Yeah, and if you don't, then stop fucking listening. What are you doing here?
Get the fuck out. Kayla's a little harsh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, seriously.
Sometimes Anna gets really sassy.
Down.
Okay, I just get my sassy pants on.
It's okay.
And my sassy pants are on tonight.
I'm wearing my unintelligent pants tonight, so...
And it's got a sassy pants, and it's got her unintelligent pants.
The pants where I can't think of words, even though I have 19 thoughts in my head, and I can't articulate a goddamn one of them.
So this is how the episode is going to go tonight, friends.
Yeah. We're finally back to our normally, scheduled topics of talking about haunted places. We took a little turn down left lane.
It's okay. Left lane,
That's not a thing. Left field.
We're turning down left lanes, guys.
I was thinking, like, way out in left field, and left lane came out. So we took a turn. Instead of going down right lane, we went down left lane.
We're going down left lane today. I just love it so much.
And we talked about... What did we talk about? Oh, unsolved mysteries.
Woo, guys. We're only 1.5 beverages in.
I wasn't kidding about my unintelligent pants. No, so we talked about unsolved mysteries. I did the Dyatlov Pass. Anna did the very interesting case of the Sauter family house fire and children disappearances. We like to talk about that stuff every once in a while just to kind of like keep things new and interesting, but we're going back to our usually scheduled haunted places tonight.
Oh, we are. And we're in a new location.
Oh, yeah, we're back to our original location.
We're back at Annie's.
We're in the blue room.
The blue room.
Where the walls are blue and our desk is blue.
And our sound is blue.
Our sound on Audacity is blue. And the bedspread we're sitting on is blue. And
my sports bra is blue.
Okay, Anna's clothes are matching as well. And it just is all purely coincidental that the room was blue when we moved into this house and we never changed it. And every hand-me-down we got since then has also been blue and has ended up in this room. So... Here we are.
The shades are even blue, guys.
Yeah, the curtains are.
So this is our blue room.
We finally left Anna's closet.
Yes.
It's kind of a sad day.
It is really
I kind of
sad.
enjoyed your closet.
Me too.
Yeah.
Because we started recording tonight, and it was just like echo in here.
Like, wow, this space is so much bigger.
What is this?
Yes.
So my closet was just muffled.
Yeah, it's great.
So many clothes.
That audio quality.
I know.
I'm just saying.
It's the best.
This is the good shit.
So we'll be here for a while, and then we'll switch it up and go to my house.
We'll just flip flop around.
So we haven't started our notes yet.
Yeah,
it's
so
okay. You're having an Anna day.
I'm trading places with Anna. We're doing a little flip flop.
Flippy floppy
tonight.
Snip, snap, snip, snap.
I guess we're snipping and snapping.
It's from The Office.
Oh.
Go back and forth with the vasectomy. Snip, snap, snip,
Oh,
snap.
yeah. Okay, I know what you're talking about.
I can only have so many vasectomies.
Did you know that Peacock now charges past a certain episode point for like their premium account? I was so livid. I was like
Are you not paying
white
for premium?
No.
What are you paying for anything?
No, I was under the impression that Peacock was free because
no.
it was free, and all first
Only
freaking
certain
2
ones are
seasons
free, yeah.
of Parks and Rec were free, and I got
Yeah.
to like season 3, and it was like, log into your premium subscription to continue watching. I was like, what the fuck did you just say to me?
Yep. We pay for premium.
I'm sorry. I remember a day when everything I wanted to watch on this goddamn planet existed on Netflix. My one monthly subscription that I had to pay for that had all the shit I was interested in. It had The Office, it had Parks and Rec, it had all the great scary movies. And then everyone and their fucking mother decided
all needed to have their own fucking streaming.
Own version of their own fucking streaming shit. And all of a sudden, this whole idea of moving away from $100 a month cable to like your one streaming platform
going back to the same fucking
is just
thing.
fucking ballooning to having 19 different subscription services that are the same fucking price. I'm so sorry. I'm cursing like a sailor, but I was so angry. I'm like, you took Parks and Rec away from me, you bitches.
Yep.
I was so mad.
We pay for it because The Office.
Yeah.
I think it's only like $6 or $7 a month or something.
I know,
like that.
but just the principle makes me so angry.
Yeah,
it was
it's
included in my Netflix subscription. I don't want to pay extra for it because I'm entitled and greedy, but
it's okay. I got done with Criminal Minds today in season 12 and it ended on a terrible note. I was like, I better fucking be able to find season 13. Luckily, we have Hulu and 13, 14, and 15 are on there so
Thank
I can
God.
watch it.
Yeah. And because then you have the situation of shows that you like watching split across streaming platforms.
Yeah, because that's what happened with NCIS too.
Bullshit.
It ended on a terrible note and I want to watch it, but you can only find it on Amazon Prime to pay for it. Or it's on Hulu, but you have to have Hulu Live, and Hulu Live is like 60 fucking bucks.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
I didn't even know that was a thing.
Yep.
Didn't even know there was a Hulu Live subscription period. Did not know that was a thing.
Yeah, it's like having live cable.
Okay. Didn't know about that.
Yep.
Like YouTube TV? Similar? Right? Doesn't YouTube have their own like live TV thing?
Do they?
I don't know.
Maybe.
I don't know.
They
It's
have
all
YouTube TV.
stupid and overly complicated.
Yep.
And every time Anders wants to watch a tennis game, he's like, what the fuck is going on? I can't figure out where I'm supposed to go or who. And like Amazon, I guess, bought the tennis like sport like TV airing, and like they own all of the like licensing to like air these certain tennis matches, but you have to like pay for some extra like ESPN Plus. But if you have regular ESPN, you can get this. And he's like, what the fuck? This
ridiculous.
is way too complicated. I think about my poor parents who like, my mom barely knows how to like open something in a different web browser than the default web browser. And she's like, I don't know. I can't imagine someone over the age of 60 being able to navigate all this shit because I find it impossible as a 28-year-old.
Like, what just happened to cable?
I know.
Just give me
And
cable.
I never wanted cable. I don't want access to 12 billion channels.
Right.
I want the
just want
handful
my shows.
of things that I care about. And Netflix had those things.
Just
and then
buy them on DVD.
Peacock took them away from me.
Just buy them.
It's so expensive, though. Jesus, they're so expensive on DVD.
So, horror movies.
Okay, yes. So
bad
horror
ones.
movie. You're going to watch a bad one with me tonight, and I'm really
of course we
excited.
are.
And I ask because I feel like it's such a niche group of people that would be interested in watching
Annie, this
horror
is what
movies
we
that
do.
are so bad. I know, but like I can't fathom finding another human on this planet that's like interested in doing that with
Who
me.
actively wants to sit down
So
and
I just
watch
have to
them.
like verbally confirm like this is interesting to you, right?
I will always watch terrible horror movies with you.
Yeah,
always and forever.
Thank you. This is why we're best friends.
I know.
We've watched a couple in the last week or two that have been just like boring bad, which we've talked about before. Is not as interesting
That's
as
not
just
cool.
like movies that try really hard to be taken seriously. And I'm super disappointed. I don't feel like I have any like really great, really bad ones to like report on. They're just mostly been like, this is
bad.
dumb.
I've just been watching Criminal Minds, so... But yeah, we'll have to find a super bad one.
Yeah, I don't know. Guys, if you've seen any interesting horror movies lately, let us know. We want to hear about it. So I guess we can jump right into the actual content then for this episode.
Hi, I'm Anna.
Oh, hey, I'm Annie. This is still good.
us.
It's still good because it still happened before the actual content
Yeah.
of the episode.
Yeah, it did.
And I think that's impressive.
We're so good at this.
Thank you for remembering, because
should-
I certainly did not. I'm usually the one that remembers.
I
and
know.
It was not me tonight. That's just where we're at right now.
It's okay. It's Friday?
Yes.
Friday.
She says with a question mark. Friday,
You know,
what day is
working
it?
from home, I forget what days it is all the time.
Just blend together
Yes.
in the most confusing way.
It's because half the time I feel bad because I forget to post on her Instagram. I'm like, oh shit!
Oops.
Annie, I'm so sorry! I'm like, you're always on top of getting this shit done, and I'm sitting over here like, oh, it's like Wednesday, I've got another day. Nope, it's Thursday. I gotta post my shit.
Well, there's been a few times when I've like gotten it edited on time, but accidentally published it on the wrong day instead of scheduling it for our usual Tuesdays 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. It's like published
just
now,
like at,
and I'm
like,
like,
12 a.m.
oh, okay, my bad.
And then I go on. But see, that's nice though some days because I go on thinking I need to schedule a post. And then it's already posted. I'm like, oh, cool, sweet. Let me just schedule this now since it's on my mind.
There you go.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
So sometimes it just works out.
We're kind of a dream team.
Yeah, we are.
Just saying.
Of course.
Okay. Whoa. Hey. So let's get into it, shall we?
What are we talking about tonight?
We're going to talk about the Crescent Hotel.
I came so close to calling you Anne just for shit.
Oh my God, I would punch you in your goddamn face so hard.
That close to saying it.
Okay. So my sources were thecrescenthotel.com.
Oh.
That's it. Got all of it from the website.
Oh, okay, cool.
It was real simple.
No Wikipedia?
No Wikipedia.
Me either.
This is really?
Yeah.
Shit.
We did another one. Like fourth one?
Like maybe the third one ever where we haven't used Wikipedia.
Shit.
And the reason I didn't need to is because the CrescentHotel.com had the Crescent Hotel's application for the National Register of Historic Places embedded on their website. So, of course, their application to the National Register of Historic Places had all the details of the history involved. So
Boom.
I basically cut and pasted shit.
Bada bing, bada boom, bitches.
Yeah, super easy. Single source. Love it so much. History is always easier than hauntings.
I love history so much. It's my favorite.
It's so easy.
Because I'm like, oh, here we go. Everything's in order.
Here we
Hauntings,
go.
I'm like, there's a little bit here, there's a little bit there. How do I want to structure this?
Page 7 of Google. What do you
Yep.
got for me?
Yep.
Yeah, no, this is like first link, first website,
look at you.
copy paste, done.
We picked such a good one this
It's
time.
good. Yeah, I know. I'm excited about it. So,
All right, tell me.
So let's give you some context.
Give me it.
So, the 1886 Crescent Hotel and Spa is an architecturally significant work by architect Isaac S. Taylor from St. Louis, Missouri. World-renowned for his leadership in the execution of the Louisiana Purchase Exposition, so like way back in American history when we were just getting all that land to begin with, he was like involved in that somehow, I guess.
And then turned architect.
Architect? Yep.
Okay.
You got it.
Trying to figure out what that word was.
So he basically was a like architect and person who was heavily involved with all that new land somehow. I don't really know. I just know his name is Isaac S. Taylor. And he designed a total of 10 hotels during his career, 9 of which were actually built. So I guess that last one never got built. Only a few,
Just an idea.
Only a few remain standing today. Of course, the Crescent Hotel is one of them, so that's pretty significant. A modern classic design created by blending French Renaissance and Richardsonian Romanesque styles.
The fuck did you just say?
I couldn't tell you. French Renaissance?
French Renaissance Romanesco?
No.
Gruyere?
Richardsonian
Croat.
Romanesque. Romanesco is delicious, by the way.
I feel like I know what that is. Is it cheese?
No.
It's not. That's not right.
No, you've never had it?
I don't think I've ever had it, but it sounds so familiar.
Have you ever seen it?
Maybe. I need to look at it.
Because it's really beautiful. It is the coolest. It's related to broccoli.
Yeah.
Look
because
at
we got it in our Imperfect Foods
Did
box.
you?
Yeah.
It's the coolest
We were
looking
like,
vegetable.
what the fuck is this shit? And we're like, let's just try it because it looks cool.
It's the fucking coolest vegetable on planet Earth. I swear to God. It's like it's like
the flower of broccoli.
It's like cauliflower. It's related to broccoli.
Yeah.
To me, in texture and taste, it reminds me more of cauliflower. But it's like geometrical. It's like little
so fucking
fractals, like super
Yeah.
perfectly symmetrical, amazing little like shapes. It's just
It's
so
just
fucking
so
cool.
cool.
And you cannot describe it accurately. Just if you don't know what Romanesco is, go fucking Google it. It's the
go
coolest
eat
thing.
it.
Yeah, it's also delicious, so go eat it. So, no, it's not Romanesco style hotel. It's a French Renaissance and Richardsonian Romanesque style. So, but you were close. Romanesco, Romanesque, very similar.
Yeah.
And it pulls many elements from Taylor's other works, including the rough-faced square stone work, the Roman arches over the windows, the French doors, and the towers that create the penthouse level. However, a mix of various styles gives the Crescent a uniquely authentic style that sets it apart from Taylor's other works. So, very beautiful mix of lots of different styles, very unique and fun in lots of different ways. So, it's not significant for its design alone because the Crescent is the realization of General Powell Clayton's desire to transform the Ozarks with the financial support of Richard Cairns. So both of these people, Clayton and Cairns, were men who played significant business roles throughout the nation's history, and they both got their starts in the army. So they both advanced quickly through the ranks, and they got a lot of skills that they later used to build up their fortunes and essentially be these very influential and affluent businessmen in early American history. Once they were out of the army, they helped build the nation's railroads and played various political roles throughout their lives, both ending their careers as ambassadors to Mexico and Austria-Hungary, respectively. I don't know these guys. I've never heard of them, but they're apparently some kind of like significant dudes.
They're just super fancy.
Super fancy.
All right.
So now let's get into the hotel. So
Give it to me.
here it is. The history of the Crescent Hotel is essentially the same as the history of Eureka Springs, which is the town in Arkansas where it was built. So the reason both exist is because of the water in the area. So more than 60 springs which bubbled up, quote, healing water in and around Eureka's downtown area were visited by thousands of tourists in the late 19th century. Midwest businessmen, many who were in the railroad business, saw an opportunity to cater to a high-end clientele as well as fill railroad seats. In 1884, that opportunity commenced with construction of a luxury hotel that would overlook the water-rich valley below. So this reminds me a lot of the Stanley Hotel in Estes Park, Colorado, where like he basically the guy who built the hotel like went there because it was like this healing mountain air that refreshed him in soul and spirit, and then he had built this hotel so other people would come. So it's very similar in concept. The year 1854 brought pioneer Dr. Alva Jackson to the Basin Spring. After the waters healed his young son's eye injury, Jackson began using the healing waters in his practice.
That's cool.
So again, very similar to the Stanley Hotel.
Yeah.
So during the Civil War, Jackson treated soldiers from both sides of the Civil War. Staying in the area afterwards, he invited Judge L.B. Saunders to seek relief from a leg sore at the healing waters. Within 2 months, his leg was healed, and influential Saunders was sharing his, quote, miracle with all who would listen to him.
I think it's so cool that there are waters that can heal you.
Right. And part of me wants to think it was just completely coincidental that his leg like healed after visiting this spring of water, but also how cool would it be to have this legitimately like purified water that just has these like special properties?
Well, there's a facility in Iceland where people go to it to help treat their psoriasis.
Really?
It's their springs that they have. There's some, I don't know what it is, but it helps to treat their symptoms and like their psoriasis.
Interesting. Certain combinations of like chemicals and minerals or things that are like naturally occurring that just help with certain afflictions. It's a cool concept.
We can watch it actually on Netflix because it's part of no, it's Zac Efron's TV show. On Netflix. It's that exploring like the universe place, and they go to Iceland.
What he does in that show, I haven't seen the show, but I know the premise.
It's so good.
What he does in that show is like what I want to do with my life, and just literally fucking travel around the entire globe. Okay. So yeah, it's an interesting concept. All these people essentially, like this guy Jackson who moved there was able to be like, come experience the healing waters of Eureka Springs. And with all these people coming to visit, they figured it would make sense to build a hotel. Right. So news of the healing springs spread like wildfire with claims to cure everything from baldness, female trouble. What? I'm assuming. What? I'm assuming that means like fertility issues or like menstruation or hysteria.
I mean, fucking back then, who the fuck knows?
I don't doubt. My hope is that it's like fertility issues. in actuality, it was probably like,
not.
my wife's a
She's
fucking
being
hysterical.
crazy. Go shove her in this spring to see if these healing waters will help her calm down and go make me a sandwich in the kitchen.
My wife was mad when I gave her a black eye. What's wrong with her? Stick her in the hot spring.
Oh God, I'm so glad I didn't live during those times.
I know, it's unreal.
I feel like prime time was like 70s to 90s.
Just
that's like
freaking drugs and rock and roll and happiness and chill.
Happiness, excitement.
Yep.
Just love.
Yep, I agree.
And now it's just shit.
Yeah. Fucking COVID, fucking people storming the Capitol. Just
people in
complete
general
and total
are just
anarchy and insanity.
Dicks.
And I was talking about this with my dad actually the other day about how there's always been stupid people, right?
Yeah.
Like since the dawn of time, there's always been people who are just assholes and there's just nothing you can do to help them. And there's always been people who are so dumb and regimented in the way they think you cannot convince them. But until social media, everyone can just ignore those people.
Yep.
And now they get to just go online and spew whatever bullshit they feel like saying. And they get just as equal of a voice as any intelligent, rational human being. So you're just constantly...
And then it just springs more of them.
Yes.
They just start funneling through.
And some other goddamn fucking asshole idiot who lives in a corner of the world by himself, like in his mom's basement and shoots squirrels for fun, is like, there's another person like me. Let's band together. Idiots unite. And then they form a fucking club. And it's like, no, you can't do that. You are unintelligent and wrong about...
Let's just get rid of all social media.
I just want to say it's not wrong to have like low intelligence or low IQ. No. Obviously, that's not what I'm saying. I just mean people who are clearly just not good or nice people. Social media has given them a platform to like band together. I'm like, no,
you can't
do that. Like, you have a right to do that, but I don't want you to do that. So stop doing that.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Rant over. Okay. So healing, miracles, property things happening. Okay. Okay. So female trouble and hay fever and cancer were also claimed to be cured by the hot springs. Okay. Yeah, cancer. I know it's a big one. So basically, all of this led to a dramatic increase in population, which led to wealthy capitalists being in the area. So many held positions in the Eureka Springs Improvement Company, which is shortened by ESIC, which is an organization key to creating the town of Eureka in Arkansas. So the company's intended market was those afflicted and suffering, as well as the wealthy looking for a vacation. So again, very similar to the Estes Hotel or Stanley Hotel in Estes Park, where they wanted to like market it as this retreat for the ill, but also as kind of this high-end experience for people who were just really wealthy and looking to get away. So opening May 1st, 1886, the Crescent Hotel was completed by the ESIC under the direction of General Powell Clayton, who I mentioned earlier was one of the war vets who became very famous after the war, costing a grand total of $294,000 at the time. Didn't look up what that was in today's money. I'm sure it's a freaking shit ton.
Yeah.
The hotel opened as a year-round resort. Isaac S. Taylor was the architect who, of course, commissioned to complete the hotel. Stonework specialists from Ireland were brought in to help, which I think is cool.
Them stone workers in Ireland.
Yeah, Ireland.
Ireland.
I fucking love Ireland. Okay, so they brought in the architects from Ireland to help with the stonework. So 18-inch stones were brought from the ESIC quarry near Beaver.
Esic and Beaver.
Esic quarry near Beaver. Beaver must be another town in Arkansas. I don't really know. And they were cut so exact the walls were fitted without any mortar.
Oh, shit.
Which I thought was super cool.
Okay. Side note, again, super quick.
All right.
So I started watching Unsolved Mysteries. Yes, I think it was Unsolved Mysteries. When we did our Unsolved Mysteries episode to try and find ideas. And there is a staircase. I can't remember what it's called. But it's in this tiny little chapel where they wanted to build a staircase up into the choir area in their little church, whatever. And they were having a hard time, like, trying to find someone to come in and build and to find the materials and everything. So it was like this group of nuns who they, like, prayed for someone to come in and build this staircase, and it's like a spiral staircase. And then all of a sudden, supposedly the next day, this guy comes knocking on the door and is like, hey, I'm here to build your staircase. Let me help you. And they're like, oh, okay, cool. This is like a sign from God. And like the staircase is just like this tiny spiral staircase, but no glue or nails were used to
because
build
it was
the
so
staircase.
exact.
Yes. And the wood, they ran tests on the wood. I don't remember what specific wood it was, but it wasn't found like anywhere in the world that
Interesting
grows now.
That's crazy
For it. So I was gonna do my episode on that, but I didn't. But it just
the Sutter
reminded
family
me
one was good, but that is
of
interesting.
it. Yeah.
Okay. Oh yeah, the walls were fitted without mortar. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm
Because my staircase.
I'm about 10% done with my notes.
Oh, good. I'm gonna shut up now.
Okay. I'll go fast. Okay. So, standing on the highest point of the West Mountain, the hotel towers above Eureka Springs like architectural royalty, overlooking its kingdom. This came verbatim straight out of their application for the National Register of Historic Places, and it was too good to leave out.
The way people talk about architecture is like this royal, like grandiose. Oh my god, the coolest fucking thing in the world.
I mean,
it is
it's
cool, but
it's a fucking hotel. I know.
Okay.
I'm sure at the time it was a lot more monumental than it feels now, where like
yeah,
it was one of the first ones in the area. It just
I suppose.
So the massive stone masonry structure on the hilltop would be reminiscent of the castles in Europe. So it was designed and constructed for group travelers of the 1800s, like I said, as well as a retreat for the wealthy. So it was designed to be this kind of like castle, like luxurious experience, which I think is cool. So like I said earlier, Clayton, who supervised the building of the Crescent, brought in the stonemasons from Ireland, and the 5-story fireproof building was a fortress elegantly furnished with the latest Edison lamps. So freaking Thomas Edison.
Oh shit.
Real famous.
Oh, they were fancy.
They had the latest Edison lamps and electric bells, as well as featuring a wearing sewage system. Wow, my brain struggled with that. A wearing sewage system.
Wearing.
It's with a capital
Bowers.
W. Bowers. It must be someone's name. Wearing. It's with a capital W, so wearing sewage system and heat by steam through open grates. So basically it was some classy, top-of-the-line shit at the time.
Super classy.
The Crescent was given this description in one newspaper at the time, quote, "The fireplace is largely constructed of Eureka Springs marble and is highly polished. The unusual newel post and balustrade were completed out of native woods. At the foot of the main staircase in the basement, there are billiard rooms, and these lead into a bowling alley under the promenade, leading from the south porch.
Promenade.
I legitimately, not a joke, want to finish our basement with a bowling alley. Like get a lane set up in our basement. I looked into it. It's only like 20 grand. I'm pretty sure we could save and scrounge for like the next 5 years.
That's
and
a
save
little
up
ridiculous.
For it. I want a fucking bowling alley in my basement.
I feel like your basement would be wide enough.
Okay, so outside, a park surrounded the hotel with tennis courts and gardens. In 1886, presidential candidate James Blaine spoke at the grand opening gala of the hotel. For the next 15 years, the hotel was operated by the ESIC and was an exclusive hotspot for the elite. In 1902, the hotel was leased to the Frisco Railroad Company for 5 years. Due to slower business in the winter, Cresco College opened and provided education to females until 1934.
Oh, that's cool.
So it's super cool because many prominent families at the time sent their daughters to study there at the college, and because the college had such a strong background in education, a lot of the graduates from the college actually went on to hold various really important roles as female leaders in the educational system in the nearby Arkansas cities. So one of them became a director of art at some big school. One of them became superintendent of something or other. I don't know. I wrote it down and then deleted it because it wasn't all that relevant. But
that's
essentially,
cool, though.
Women graduates doing cool shit.
That's awesome. You go, girls.
At a time when not a lot of women were educated at all.
Right.
So that was cool. 3 years later, in 1937, Norman Baker purchased the hotel and remodeled it into the Baker Cancer Clinic.
Oh!
Claiming to have the, quote, cure for effing
Honey,
cancer.
You ain't got no fucking cure for cancer, bitch.
Just you wait.
Ain't no cancer cured right now.
So he claims to have the, quote, cure.
Uh-huh.
Norman Baker made millions in today's dollars from cancer sufferers. So he referred to the Crescent as the, quote, castle in the air, broadcasting over the radio that he could cure cancer without carving patients up. So I'm assuming that means that at the time, a more traditional treatment for cancer was some sort of surgery or thing that obviously probably didn't work. So he was, of course, making a shitload of money of all these people who are, of course, desperate and looking for any option. And he's basically taking advantage of them. He probably believed that he really did have the cure, but I just feel bad for all those poor people who spent all their money on this bogus treatment that essentially doesn't work.
But I don't think he was a doctor.
So here we go. So although his treatments and medical theories actually held zero significance in the medical world, like none, they were not founded in any research, no medical authority approved or agreed with his methods, but he had the attention of the American Medical Association. So his practices, treatments, and claims actually helped shape what cancer treatment should not be. So I
don't think that's what you grow up to want to be.
The embodiment of what not to do when treating cancer.
Oh,
no.
good.
So they're like, hey, buddy, we're on. We see you. We're gonna use you as a case study of how to be a terrible doctor.
That's so awesome.
I know.
I love that.
So funny. But what actually led to his downfall was his method of gaining patients. So in 1940, he was jailed for mail fraud. I don't really know what that means, but I'm assuming he did some sort of
mail things,
illegal soliciting of treatment. I don't know.
Okay.
But he went to prison.
Cool.
Because he was a fucking fraud.
You fraudulent bitch.
And he was characterized as this charlatan person who enjoyed putting on a performance. He knew it was all bogus. And he just was being
He was making money, so he didn't fucking care.
I mean, he was making a shit ton of money.
Yeah.
So. Okay, so during his running of the Crescent, Baker remodeled much of the hotel, leaving it lavender, which is just a weird color for a hotel. And
you just left it purple.
That's what it says in my notes.
He left lavender laying around.
He left leaving it lavender in color, maybe? The walls were lavender?
Maybe that's a saying?
Maybe.
Leaving it calm.
Maybe. I really couldn't tell you.
Okay. We'll just go with
a little bit slapdash with my notes here.
Slapdash.
So it was equipped, though, with an escape route from his first floor office suite through a hidden staircase.
Oh, good, in case he needs to run away from the police because they figured out that he's a bullshit
they have
doctor.
Fucking cancer bullshit stuff.
Oh, perfect.
So his office featured a custom 6-sided desk, which I don't understand what that even means. How can a desk have 6 sides?
That instantly reminds me of Ron's swivel desk.
Yes. And this lady's going around in circles. I'm talking to you.
Excuse me. And he just keeps fucking going around in circles. That's so Ben.
I found a sandwich in your park and it had mayonnaise on it. And I want to know why. Okay.
Oh gosh. Okay, sorry.
So, whatever it means, he left it lavender. He equipped it with the hidden escape route. Of course, he had his ridiculous 6-sided desk, which I don't even know what that means. He apparently had 6 different businesses that he ran out of the hotel, which is why it has 6 sides, I guess. So, it's just
one for each business.
A fucking, oh my God. Hexagon thing.
I'm sorry, my Anni-ness is rubbing off on you right now.
I was octagon? No. Pentagon? No. Heptagon? No. Fuck. What is the fucking 6-sided shape? Oh my God. Why did my brain struggle so much with that?
I love you so much.
Hexagon.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Okay, I need to freaking get through my notes here. I'm gonna go fast. Okay.
Go.
Okay. So in 1946, the hotel got a new round of renovations with 4 new owners. So basically, under the new management, the hotel was restored and travel vacation packages with the Frisco Railroad brought new tourists to the area. So the Frisco Railroad was the one that originally owned the hotel and established the college. Created with the political elite in mind from the beginning, the Crescent... Just wait, there's all sorts of politics that went on in the hotel. So the Crescent continued to beckon politicians throughout the years. On February 21st, 1925, Claude Fuller, former mayor and U.S. congressman from Arkansas's 3rd District, and Albert G. Ingalls, Eureka Springs mayor, purchased the hotel. So it got owned by politicians for a while.
Good.
In 1950, Senator Dale Bumpers
Name Bumpers
celebrated
so
his
fun.
honeymoon at the hotel.
Aww.
Returning home to the hotel he once owned at the 1951 spring season gala opening, Claude Fuller, again, who is now a U.S. congressman and a native of Eureka Springs, flew in from Washington.
Is he still a congressman?
No, he was at first former mayor, and now, then at the time, he was a U.S. congressman.
Gotcha.
He changed positions. He got promoted, I guess.
God, he's still in fucking government?
He's fucking 1,000 years old. Flew in from Washington, D.C. to be one of the first guests of honor. In 1967, a fire...
Oh, a fire!
There's a fire!
Was it the Great Fire of Eureka, Arkansas?
No, doesn't have a name. Just a fire.
Fucking stupid.
Yep. Attributed to bad wiring, claimed the penthouse level and most of the 4th floor. In 1970, Dwight Nichols was the only living owner, and then the hotel was turned over to Resort Enterprises, Inc. Then in 1972, the hotel was sold to Crescent Heights Developments, Inc., owned by 4 different investors. The purpose of this group was to restore the Crescent to its former glory while modernizing the amenities.
Of course.
In phases, they restored the property and expanded facilities. It was during this period that supernatural occurrences...
Because they started working on the building, and that's what always happened.
First reported. In 1980, reorganization brought Riverview Management of Arkansas, Inc. in as a general partner. Under the new management in 1985, Willie Nelson, famous country singer,
yeah, that guy,
played to a sold-out crowd in the Crystal Ballroom. And then
that's cool.
Governor Bill Clinton...
little Bill Clinton.
Bill!
Cheating on his wife.
Spoke to an annual chamber banquet. The Wichita Federal Savings and Loan of Wichita, Kansas took possession in 1988 and then sold it to Gary and Carol Clausen. Okay, now we're basically...
Gary and Carol Clausen, they just bought it.
Basically, the hotel has had 100,000 fucking owners. Now we're up to essentially closer to current state, so...
Perfect.
1997, current owners, Marty and Elise Roenig. Roenig.
Oh, yeah.
I have no fucking clue how to pronounce her last name. I'm so sorry, you guys.
So exactly like that.
Yep. They purchased both the Crescent and the Basin Park Hotel, which I guess is nearby. Announcing the dawn of its second golden era in 2000, the Roenigs said in 5 years, we will return the Crescent to where it was 100 years ago. With then Governor Mike Huckabee and his band Capital Offense headlining the celebration, renovations ensued. They renovated the hotel in phases in order to share the past with visitors and guests alike. So in 1997, 35 guest rooms and the New Moon Spa were opened.
New Moon Spa.
In 1999, penthouses were properly restored. So I don't know if they just burned down and then laid abandoned for 30 years. But they were...
I mean, most likely that's what just happens with every other building we've talked about.
I mean, it was there was a bad fire in 1967, and then in 1999 the penthouse was restored. I'm like, okay.
Can you help me with the time that it wasn't there?
Yeah. In 2002, the annex room becomes 4 different suites. In 2004, the conservatory was rebuilt with a boardwalk and gazebo. Ooh. And in 2007, Crescent cottages were designed by architect David McKee. So all in all, the establishment of the Crescent brought development to Northwest Arkansas and the railroad to the Ozarks, a refuge to the sick and weary, a vacation for the wealthy, and a place of learning for the privileged. Oh. The symbol that was the castle in the air is the predecessor to a region which is now one of the most successful in the country. End quote.
Sounds so beautiful.
That's because it's from an application that they wrote to be part of this fancy-ass historical place.
Lord.
I'm so sorry that took so long. Jesus Christ.
Well, it was also me, and because I just kept
settled down, woman.
In everything.
Yep. Okay, let's hear about some hauntings.
Crescent Hotel is haunted.
Let's hear it.
If you didn't know that.
Yeah.
I'm here with your haunting stories.
I want to hear about the ghost of Norman fucking Baker and his stupid-ass cancer
I got Norman
clinic.
Baker in here.
Let's hear it.
My notes are in no way, shape, or form structured into any type of this room has this room has this. I literally just found story, this story, these things happen.
That's okay.
So it's gonna be kind of a hodgepodge hot mess of just stories.
When you said in no way structured, I was just picturing like scrambled sentences. Like none of the words are in the correct order.
You're going to have to try and figure it out.
A fucking hodgepodge.
This is actually a puzzle episode. So I'm going to start saying all sorts of different types of words. And then you have to go back and re-listen to everything to try and figure out what my notes actually say.
Yeah, there's actually a hidden code pattern that you have to decipher and use to decode our episode.
Yeah, exactly.
Because it's a freaking hot dish hodgepodge.
Hot dish hodgepodge.
Hot dish hodgepodge.
What that means.
I don't know.
Crescent Hotel.
Okay, let's hear about some ghosts.
My sources are historichotels.org, americasmosthauntedhotel.com.
Nice.
Guess what?
What?
It's America's Most Haunted Hotel.
What? Shut
Weird.
up. No.
Every other place is
Every
most haunted.
hotel in America's Most Haunted Hotel.
Pretty much.
They're all tied for first in a really shitty competition.
But I mean, this one actually, I was surprised. I found almost every single article on the first page of Google had different stories.
That's super interesting.
Crazy.
And it's rare for hotels. I feel like hotels, you have to sometimes kind of dig to find anything beyond like people see the bellman who sits on the fourth floor.
And I normally am the person who gets shit on with the haunting stories.
You do. You get really unlucky.
And I didn't get shit on because I found all of this shit tonight.
You also picked it.
I did pick it.
So good job.
Bada bing, bada boom,
trying to
bitches.
sabotage you this whole time.
I know you have. It's bullshit.
Shit.
God, I'm on to you.
Okay.
So in the 1880s, there was an Irish stonemason who plunged to his death in what is now room 218.
Wait, the guys I talked about that Clayton brought in from Ireland to do the stone. Oh no!
One of them plunged to his death while stonemasoning.
Sad.
Yeah. So it's now room 218. The room is said to be the most spiritually active room in the hotel and has attracted TV crews from all over because of the quantity and quality of the ghost sightings reported.
And quality. That's important because I feel
it
like
is very important.
Sometimes we get a high quantity but like less than zero quality.
Yeah.
Like very bad quality
exactly.
stories. I'm like, I don't believe you. You're making things up.
Everybody and their mother has seen every other ghost everywhere in this hotel.
That's okay. That's exciting.
Yeah.
Yep.
So there's one entity who is named Michael. He is a classified poltergeist due to the nature of the unexplained activity. Guests have witnessed hands coming out of the bathroom mirror.
Oh,
right?
Oh.
I read that. I was like, that's like some Ring level status.
Like the Ring
shit.
meets The Shining. That doesn't even happen in The Shining, but it just made me think of The Shining for some reason.
His head poking through the door. Right?
I don't like that.
You just imagine just like this hand coming out to grab you.
Nope.
Okay, she doesn't like that
I don't
image.
like it. Nope.
So there have also been cries of a falling man in the ceiling and the door opening and then slamming shut and unable to be opened again. And because of this activity in the room, it is one of the most requested rooms in the hotel.
Shit, there's so many other people like us, Anna.
I know.
We just need to like find them and
we
be
just need to
friends
go.
with them.
Can we just go to Arkansas and go to this hotel and request room 218?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then we get a like record of everyone else who's requested that room and then stalk them on social media until we're friends.
That sounds perfect.
Okay, great.
Awesome. So in the Crystal Dining Room is also another haunted spot. Many employees have encountered playful spirits in Victorian dress. One holiday season, while the dining room was closed, the grand Christmas tree and packages underneath moved from one end of the room to the other.
What?
Yeah.
Like the whole fucking Christmas tree.
The whole thing moved.
Just migrated.
Yes. That and all of whatever was underneath the tree.
All the decorations.
Just went with it. Yep.
Did you hear about the famous Christmas tree? What is it in Rochester, New York? They have this big Christmas tree.
Isn't it the really big one?
Yeah, and this year the one that they took had a little baby owl living in it.
Oh my god, did it?
Yeah, so they got it, and first of all, it was like the ugliest effing tree of all time. It was super sad looking and gross, and everyone was like, well, this is fucking 2020 in a nutshell. And then they found this like little baby owl who had been in the tree and had traveled over like 250 miles from his home.
No.
And they got him like rehabilitated and put back in the wild.
Oh, my baby. Oh.
It was so cute.
I love owls so much.
Yep.
The next morning, employees found the tree and The next morning, the employees found the tree and packages moved with chairs circling and facing the newly placed holiday symbol.
They fucking set up chairs?
Yep. They just set it up like they're just having a little Christmas party down there.
That better be some, like, freaking high schooler's idea of a funny prank.
Right?
Because that's fucking creepy.
Exactly.
No, thank you.
Uh-huh. Another time, employees returned in the morning to find the dining room in perfect order, except for menus scattered throughout the room.
That's creepy. Mm-hmm. Oh, that's
so many things.
The only thing that's scattered is the menus.
I don't like that. There was also a waitress who looked into a huge mirror between the doors from the dining room to the kitchen and saw a man and a woman in Victorian garb facing each other like they were in a wedding. The groom turned and made eye contact with the waitress, and then the couple faded away. Shortly after, the waitress quit her job.
She couldn't handle it.
She wasn't dealing with that shit anymore.
Ya pansy.
I know, right? I would have fucking stayed there and investigated everything.
No, I would have done the same fucking thing.
Oh,
I would have quit and left and be like, bye, bitches. I'm not
getting the fuck out.
Well, I told you, I heard crows on my roof, and I was like, why don't you just sell our house and move to a different neighborhood? I was like, nope, that was enough.
Not dealing with this shit anymore.
I was scared enough from the fucking crows pecking at my roof tiles. I'm done with this fucking house.
Yep. Oh, but there's no crows on this roof.
No.
So there's another report of a man who is dressed in Victorian clothing. If you haven't seen the pattern, not my fault. Everyone is fucking dressed in Victorian clothing.
So if you don't know what that means, Google it.
Yep. So this man is sitting at a table near the windows saying, in quotes, "I saw the most beautiful woman here last night and I'm waiting for her to return." End quote.
He wants to ask her out.
Yeah, he wants to just have a little relationship.
But it's a ghost. I'm sorry, bud.
They're just stuck.
Oh.
Many people have reported seeing apparitions in the Victorian ball attire, dancing around the room during the wee hours of the morning, while the room was closed and dark. So no one's in there, and there's just these people just dancing
at
around.
Like 4 a.m.
Yeah.
Go to sleep, you assholes. It's
Why
so early.
I know.
God.
In the 30s, the hotel became an experimental cancer hospital, like you said.
Oh, Norman Baker.
From Dr. in quotes, Norman Baker.
Yeah, I don't think he was a real doctor.
Nope.
I think that was a self-imposed title.
He claimed to be a licensed physician, examined cancer patients in the hotel's basement while charging unsuspecting families of their life savings.
In the basement? Could you be more shady?
Right?
Like, if you're going to present yourself as this cancer treatment facility...
Have, like, a nice area where your patients are going to be, where they're going to have, like, surgery, in quotes.
But at least in, like, the other sort of, like, treatment, like, sanitarium places that, like, treated TB, for example, they had, like, a wing for TB patients.
Right. You need to have a wing to treat your cancer patients.
Yeah, like, and maybe it wasn't great, but at least it was on, like, the fucking main floor. He didn't, like, have some shady-ass, like, underground operation in the basement of a fucking hotel, you creep.
Oh, it's in the basement.
Gross. Mm-hmm. Okay, let's hear about it.
So many people now see apparitions from the hospital during their stay.
Of course.
Dr. Baker has been seen in the hotel lobby, and he is typically described as a man in a purple shirt and white linen suit, which match the photographs of the doctor.
Purple and white.
Purple and white.
That's ballsy for the time. Mm-hmm. That's a weird color combo.
Right? Okay. You gotta, like, tone it back to black and white, bitch.
Yep. What are you doing fucking being a ghost wearing anything other than black or white?
Seriously.
Fuck off.
You're not allowed to wear colors, okay?
No, there's only one ghost that's allowed to wear colors, and it's the lady outside of, oh God, was it Ohio? Kentucky. There was a lady that wore obnoxious colors.
She did. Yes, I remember her.
She got murdered in her hut, and she had like a purple fucking hat and like crazy colors.
She was all sorts of colorful.
And she's the only one who can wear purple.
Yeah,
so
Dr.
Piss off.
Bitch.
Dr. Bitch.
So people also claim that there is, in quotes, a nurse pushing a gurney in the old morgue, and where they hear squeaks and rattle noises down the hall of the hotel.
Shut up.
Mm-hmm. There was one night a maintenance man watched as the washers and dryers turned on by themselves. The laundry room is located right next to Dr. Baker's old morgue, which still contains his autopsy table and walk-in freezer.
To this day?
To this day.
Like the same equipment.
Yes.
Oh my God, that is so cool.
You see pictures and like you see his autopsy table with like the sinks and the stainless steel. And then right next to it is the walk-in freezer.
I want to go touch it.
It's really cool.
That's so cool to me that they kept and preserved that, even though he was just like a freaking fraud and a creep. But like that was part of the hotel's history, and so they left it there. And I want to go just touch it so bad. That's so amazing.
Arkansas is just a hop, skip, and a jump away.
It's really not that far.
It's really not. So, Steve Garrison, who was a cook at the hotel, one morning while prepping veggies, he looked up and saw a little boy with, in quotes, pop bottle glasses. Oh. So like little circle, like Harry Potter glasses.
Harry Potter.
Yeah. Dressed in old-fashioned clothing and knickers, skipping around the kitchen.
Cute.
He was just having fun.
Aww.
Another morning, he flipped on the lights to begin preparations when, in quotes, some or all of the pots and pans came flying off their hooks.
Oh, shit.
Some or all, like it's either one or the other. You should know after it happened what it was.
Yeah, that shouldn't be like in question of whether or not it was some of them or all of them. You either know or you don't.
Exactly.
Maybe it depended on, like, maybe he talked to a few different people and the people reported it slightly differently, but
yeah, I don't think pots and pans are flying off the walls.
That happens in Paranormal Activity 2, where they're in their kitchen and she has all the pots and pans hanging from this like thing over the kitchen island.
Yep.
And she's like in there like sipping orange juice and all of the fucking cabinet doors fly open.
Yeah, that was so
and
creepy.
all of the pots and pans are just like, and then her husband's like, well, maybe you just hung them up wrong. And she's like, are you fucking kidding me?
Do you see all the goddamn cabinets
she's like,
open?
You think I took every single fucking pot and pan in our entire kitchen and hung them exactly on the lip of the fucking hanger
Like,
thing
don't
so that
be
they
dumb,
would
guy.
fall down by themselves? Because like it's like a hook. You'd have to hang them just exactly so. It'd be harder to hang them on that spot where they'd be likely to fall down than it would be to just hang them correctly.
Exactly.
And she was like, are you kidding me? And I'm like, dude,
don't be a dick.
and this is when Anders and I leaned to each other and we're like, if I ever tell you something supernatural is going on in our house, you better fucking believe me. You don't even have to believe me, but you just have to say, okay, let's get out of here. And then I'll prove it to you later, but you just have to trust me in the moment and we're going to fucking
I know
leave.
what the fuck is going on, okay?
We've talked about it as like override like power, where we get to like in any situation, if either of us is like scared for our lives in our house, we get to like override whatever the other person thinks. It's like,
perfect.
Nope, I call override. We are leaving now.
That sounds like a good idea.
Yep.
Perfect.
Yep.
I need to
It's
do that
important
with Ben.
for marriage.
I don't think Ben will agree to that.
No, people be like, you being dumb. And I'll be
Yep.
like, fucking just trust me. And if I'm dumb, then I'm dumb. But I'd rather not.
I'd rather be safe than dumb.
Yeah.
So.
Right. I'd rather be like dumb tomorrow than dead today.
Exactly.
So fuck off.
Yep. I've done enough research. I know what the fuck I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So.
Back to the hotel.
Because of how haunted this hotel is, many of the staff have encountered the ghosts themselves and often share their stories on ghost tours. One of the employees had met a couple who was staying on the first floor, and they told the guide it was their second night staying in the hotel. They had fallen asleep in their bed with the sheets covering the two of them. The husband woke up in a deep sweat and realized that someone or something had tucked them in with the comforter.
Ew.
And they were tucked in 3 more times during the night.
Oh,
So, like,
no.
untuck themselves to then be retucked into the bedspread.
Ew.
Right? There was another guide who said 2 guests checked into their room at 221. When they left the elevator on the second floor, they encountered a man wearing an all-black Victorian-style outfit. He asked the guests if they needed help finding their room, and the couple, thinking that he was an employee, said yes. The man led them to their room, unlocked the door, and then pushed it open. The man stayed outside the door as the couple entered. They realized that they didn't tip the man, and they spun around to tip him, and he had vanished.
This is just, I'm sorry, this is literally exactly just like, what was it, Sam?
That little...
Sam, the old Irish
Yeah.
bellman.
Yeah.
Or Scottish bellman at the last hotel we talked about,
Yep.
where people would turn around to like tip him, and he fucking
he's
disappear.
just gone.
It's the same exact story. That's crazy.
Yep. So they had spent the day relaxing in their room or somewhere else, I think. So they're out and about or whatever. And then they went back to their room, but they couldn't get the door open. So the couple went to the front desk to see what was going on with their keys. And the staff member said that the keys were for room 321 instead of 221. And when they informed the worker about the man, they told the couple that no such man works at this hotel.
It's fucking the same as the frickin'
That
Scottish
little
bellman guy
Yep.
whose name I'm forgetting. It's
I
like
don't remember.
Sam McGauley or something.
Something like that.
And I'm forgetting.
Yep.
Because
It's probably
it was
in my
like,
notes
It was like
somewhere.
2 weeks ago at this point, and that's a long time for me to
It's very
remember
long.
things. But that sounds very similar.
Yeah. So I have now 2 stories. They're both verbatim from tour guides in the hotel. So the first one, in quotes, this is all from the AmericansMostHauntedHotels.com. So the first one, in quotes, a 3-year-old girl who came on the tour with her family started saying, "Bye-bye, baby. Bye-bye, baby," and waving goodbye in one certain direction as we exited the morgue.
No.
No.
Fucking no. Stop that, small child. Don't fucking do
Like,
that.
if my child ever
No.
does anything like that,
You're
we're
done.
getting the fuck out.
You're done. You're getting adopted. I'm sorry.
Exactly.
You better not fucking talk to ghosts
Yep.
while you're my child.
Exactly. No one could see to whom she was speaking. She had been silent the entire tour until that point, and then she kept looking directly at one empty point in the room saying, "Bye-bye, baby."
No!
Over
Shut
and over
up,
again.
Little girl, quit it.
Her father, the one carrying her, was impressed since he already believed in ghosts. End quote.
Okay. I mean, you go, Dad.
Right.
But also, your child speaking to demons.
Like, yeah, no,
So,
fuck that.
Let's be done.
I would run out of that
Yep.
place instantly.
We're leaving now. Okay, bye.
Yep. End quotes. Recently, I got a rather unexpected reaction from a couple on my tour. It was during my explanation of Norman Baker's suite, the one he used while operating the hotel. I mentioned that he had 2 giant St. Bernard dogs for protection. The lady next to me snapped her head in my direction with wide and startled eyes. She then looked at her husband pointedly as if in silent communication. I smiled and stopped and asked if she had a question. She said that they stayed in that room the night before and that they kept hearing scratching noises in the stairwell outside the door all night. They kept telling themselves that it was nothing. But when she heard about those huge dogs, she said that she was afraid to stay in their room again that evening. I assured her that nothing bad has ever happened to any of our hotel guests, only that they sometimes hear or see odd things.
So she was hearing what she believed to be the dogs of Norman Baker scratching at the halls.
Yep.
That's so scary. Animal ghosts.
Yep. They're just trying to get out. Trying to get away.
Was it Edinburgh Castle in Scotland where we talked about like the menagerie animals had like weird ghostly apparitions?
I think so.
That's
because there was like an
so
elephant or a
crazy.
bear or something.
Yes,
Yeah.
or like a lion.
Yeah. Yep.
And I'm blanking on the details now, but that's just such a cool idea that like animals beyond the grave are like fucking
They're still there.
haunting buildings. I'm like, yeah, that's why you shouldn't treat animals like shit, because
Exactly.
they
because
have
they're gonna be there
spirits
for forever.
and feelings just like us. And
Yep.
wow, that was a lot of stories for the Crescent Hotel.
And there were so many more that I didn't even get to.
That's crazy.
I
Guys,
know. It was amazing.
Thanks for putting up with this super long rambling story.
I mean, this isn't as long as our last one.
No, it could have been worse.
It's halfway from our last one.
It wasn't. We didn't have to take a bathroom break mid-episode.
I am about to go out there.
We'll wrap up here real quick, and we'll do that by segueing to our next segment, which is the craft cocktail cult.
As we're sipping on our wine and
Yes.
the bottle is now gone.
It's now gone.
It's gone.
Surprise.
We're here.
You're not surprised.
No, not
if,
at all.
If you haven't been following us so far, please go back to episode, what is it, 35?
30-something,
35,
yeah.
36?
Yep.
And listen to our episodes about our cults. We have a beautiful craft cocktail cult, hopefully following us. And so I'll be giving you another recipe that Anna and I had earlier, and it was delicious.
Oh
and
my God, it was
so good.
fucking good. Okay.
So the
So good.
The best part about this drink, too, is you don't even need ice. You don't need a cocktail shaker.
It's the simplest
it's
fucking
so
recipe
easy.
ever.
All you need is like 2 chilled champagne glasses or champagne flutes, champagne flutes. Or honestly, if you really want to be just like super chill about it, just use like a wine glass. I don't care.
Red Solo cup.
What you're going to do is you're going to take a half an ounce, and this is for one drink, take a half an ounce of creme de banana, add it to your cup, add a half an ounce of white rum, add it to your cup, and then you're going to top it off with champagne or sparkling wine, preferably champagne or sparkling wine that's been chilled in your refrigerator ahead of time, because it'll help keep your drink cold. And again, you're supposed to have chilled the glasses beforehand. We didn't tonight because we're lazy as shit.
We never chill our glasses.
Chill your glasses ahead of time, and then you're going to add your half ounce of creme de banana, half ounce of rum, and then top her off with your sparkling wine or champagne. And put a little banana slice on the edge of your glass as a garnish.
So good because we're so fucking healthy.
It's you get your fruit. Bananas have potassium.
You're getting potassium with alcohol. It's fine.
It's amazing.
It's delicious.
And then every time you go to take a sip, you get a little bit of that like banana perfume, like smell in your nose.
And then you have a little snack at the end.
So please try this recipe. Let us know what you think.
Please do.
I think it's called a Caribbean champagne. I think is the actual name of the recipe. And
it's so much better than our goddamn bubblegum martini last week. I'm so sorry for that recipe.
Honestly, I did not hate it. I thought it was fun. I thought it was different.
It was fun.
It was fun.
Yes.
It had a fun color.
Yes.
It was different from what we normally make. It was a good exploration of how to use different alcohols in different creative ways. I enjoyed it personally.
But the flavor wasn't awesome. It was average flavor.
I was also drinking it later in the evening when
her taste buds don't care what the drink is. She's just drinking alcohol.
Correct. So, guys, please try this Caribbean champagne.
Please actually try it because it's fucking delicious.
Anna took some great pictures for our Instagram.
Yeah, I did.
Check us out on the Instagram at nightmare.nation19.
Yep.
Or check us out on the Facebook at nightmare_nation19. Or if you have any stories about paranormal things that you may have experienced or anyone in your life has experienced that's unexplained or scary, or if you have suggestions for an episode, send us an email at nightmarenation at nightmarenation19@gmail.com. Why did I forget our email? I don't know. We've done it so many times. I just forget. nightmarenation19@gmail.com.
You got it.
Send those stories in.
Woo!
We want to hear from you. Honestly,
Let us know.
It's our most favorite thing in the whole world.
Seriously, I
love it so much.
Love hearing your stories because I just get chills and it's just so fun hearing your experiences.
It's the best.
Okay.
So send them in. And
Please
in the
do
meantime, check us out on the social media. Email us at nightmarenation19@gmail.com. If you don't, please avoid using a Ouija board.
Yeah.
It's
Don't
not
be dumb and
necessary.
Don't do it.
It's just it's inviting evil forces into your life that don't need to be there.
Just go see a psychic.
Yes, see a psychic, see
they
a
can tell
tarot
you
card
what
reader.
you want. A palm reader.
Yeah,
can tell you your future.
Watch a scary movie. Do anything on this planet other than having a seance with a demon. You just don't need that shit in your life.
You don't need that shit. That's just negative. And we don't need any more negativity in our life.
No. Let us tell you about the scary demons and negativity.
Yeah, we will do that shit for you.
Yeah. Okay. Don't take our job.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Until next time.
Until next time, friends.
Okay, bye.
Okay, bye.